Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we are checking out the new ARTISAN HOLM, a brand new model that just dropped. They do have a bunch of different flavors, so there is a lot of color combinations. I'm thinking about taking the wood from this one and putting it on this one. I think that would look really cool. But like I said, there are a bunch of different options to choose from. I will have everything linked down in the description. So let's check it out. So we have an ARRA PM9 sheep's foot blade. This is a great blade shape for EDC, especially when you complement it with this type of handle. This is a very neutral handle, meaning you can use it in any grip, any direction, and it's going to be comfortable and it's going to work. It's going to be basically the same in every single grip. Then when you mix it with this blade shape, a blade shape that one has a nice low tip, so utility cuts, you're going to have a lot of power down into that tip for utility cuts. You have a very subtle amount of belly, but just enough that you can't cut down on a flat surface. But it's not so much so that you're going to be slipping out of cuts, so it should keep itself in a cut, fairly well. We have steel bolsters, steel liners, and then you can see the different handle materials as far as the overlays and the different colors of the liners and stuff. So like I said, there are different flavors, but there is a secondary lock on this that we're going to talk about. So it has a secondary lock. Now, not everybody loves those. Not everybody hates them. Some people want them, but what you can do is you can lock it closed. So now it won't open up in your pocket if you accidentally hit the button. So, it's a safety feature for that. Then you also can lock it open. So it's not going to be a strong lock, so do not expect it to be a hard use lock in any way, shape, or form. I promise you it will fail if you spine whack it. Even when you push the button in, you can feel some movement, but it's just in case if you accidentally hit that button when you're doing cuts, like maybe you're using it in a way where you can't be certain that you're not going to hit the button, and just in case you can add that little lock engagement, just in case, so it doesn't just slip, or just so you don't hit the button and make it fold. Now you do sometimes, you have to get used to it because you do accidentally hit it a lot of times. So what I like to do is sometimes I just pinch these two together. So I'll pinch this way, then this way, like that, and I just make sure that I'm hitting the lock and disengaging the secondary lock at the same time. But you do sometimes accidentally lock it open or closed. So, you do got to get used to it a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, I've just kind of grown accustomed to squeezing it a certain way when I close it. But as far as the action goes, the detent is on the lighter side, but listen to this. This one has a cool sound. Anyways, the detent is on the lighter side, but the thumb studs, you have plenty of room to engage them. So you have a lot of leverage and a lot of power generating into those thumb studs. And then you also have the fuller that you can also use. Like I said, the detent's on the lighter side. So, to me, I personally would prefer to get rid of the lock and just increase the detent strength. That way, if it's in your pocket, I guess you still have to worry about hitting the button, but not really, man. I've never really hit a button in my pocket where a knife opened, but if it has a strong detent, it's very unlikely that it's just gonna flop open in your pocket. But anyways, the action's good. It has really good action. The button, when you engage it, or disengage it, I should say, the ceramic cage bearings are very, very smooth, and it just drops. Very, very, very smooth. You can also use the button to flip it open. But the thumb studs work good for the thumb or the reverse flick. Sharpen Control and Plunge Grind is beautifully done. Love the way they did that. They gave you plenty of sharpening there. You have plenty of room. So really good job on that. The clip is a deep carry clip. Not inset, but it does have flat screws, and it is reversible because this is, somewhat of an ambidextrous knife. Now, I guess if you're going to be doing it left-handed, you'd have to engage it with your thumb and then the pointer finger if you accidentally hit the lock. Anyways, it's just me thinking out loud right now. All in all, it is a cool knife. I think it's a very simple knife. I think it's a light duty knife, so I would not be getting this for any sort of hard use or being tough on it. The button will fail if you spine whack it, especially if you spine whack it hard. I did put these through a little bit of paces, and the lockup is rock solid. There's no play any direction. Both of them are solid. I love to see that. But if I do give it a good go on a hit, it will fail. But not if I lightly do it. I do have to kind of give it a good smack. Now, if I put the lock engaged, it'll still do it if I hit it hard enough. So like I said, it's more of just a safety feature. It's not really a lock. So don't consider it as a strong lock or anything like that, as you shouldn't, right? Just looking at the knife, you can tell this is a light duty knife. This is a simple knife that you get out of your pocket, you make some cuts, do what you need to do with the knife, and then fold it back up, put it in your pocket. You're not out batoning with this. This isn't an outdoors knife and whatever. So, so I don't even think that that's a negative towards this thing at all, you know, because it did take a decent amount of pressure to fail it. Anyways, the knife, all in all, I like it. I think it's cool. I love how like straightforward it is. The only thing for me, if I was to say just the negatives, is I wish the detent was a little stronger. Detent could be a little stronger. The secondary lock, you know, I don't really mind it because I do understand that because the button's in the center, you have a more likely of a chance of accidentally hitting it. So I get why they did it, but I'm just not a big fan of them. But, you know, on this model, I don't mind it. So it's not something like it's making me, you know, not like it or anything like that. Just more preferences. But all in all, super cool knife. And yeah, I think that they could technically, if they wanted to, they could really do a lot with this, you know, as far as making premium versions and having all different types of inlays and bolsters and color options. There's a lot you can do with something like this. Yeah, I would love to see it as a solid titanium handle with, you know, with overlays. That way you don't have the liners and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. But there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.